Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel at TrailerMountain.com, and today I'm testing and reviewing the HydraLight. Now these guys contacted me on Twitter a while ago and they wanted me to review their flashlight that runs on water, which I thought was kind of cool. So they sent me one and I'm going to review it for you right now. So first out of the gate, as soon as I got it out of the packaging, I was like, oh my god, look how big this thing is. This thing is huge, huge flashlight. It doesn't really weigh that much per se, but my first thoughts were it looked like a lightsaber.
I see you have constructed a new lightsaber.
You know, the nerd in me came out, was like, oh cool, it looks like a lightsaber. So I'm going to go over the features and benefits with you about the HydraLight, and then we're going to get it outside. I'm going to show you how bright this thing gets, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. So, pros. I do like that as for like an emergency flashlight, kind of if you're a prepper or something like that, this thing is kind of cool. It is a really, really big flashlight, but just to leave in like your bug out bag or, you know, just an emergency prep bin or something like that, it has dual features. So it has a flashlight, but it also has a lantern, which is kind of cool. Nice little reflector on the end here with your LED light, and a reflector on the inside of the dome to really kind of put more of a bright light around. So the way this thing works is, okay, so it has a hanging hook too, so you could also hang this on the inside of your tent right there. It is plastic and it is kind of flimsy. I think this thing just might break if I pull on it too much, so I'm not going to do that. But like not even an eighth of a turn, and this thing opens up. And here's what they call I guess the battery, which isn't really a battery, it's more of like a cell. So let's get this thing open. HydraLight. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. This is the HydraLight cell. So the idea behind this is that you soak this in water. So the fuel cell is rated up to 100 continuous hours of light output, which is kind of cool. The downside to it is this fuel cell will only last 3 full charges, and then you have to toss it and get a new one. The fuel cell does have salt inside, so it doesn't actually run on water per se. So when the water interacts with the salt, it enables the transfer of electrons from the anode to the cathode, and that's what generates the power. So it's almost like a big battery in a way that is run by the interaction of salt and water together. So what we're going to do is we're going to dip this into the glass of water. I have a glass of water right here, so hopefully that's enough. And we're going to dip this in for, it says 7 to 10 seconds, so I'm just going to dunk it in right now. It's not really enough, but I'm just going to kind of give it a couple little spins so it gets in there pretty good. You don't have to spin it, but I'm just doing it anyway. And then I'm actually going to turn this upside down, make sure I get the other side of it. I'm just going to leave it in there for another few seconds. So when you're done, you get this thing out. You're supposed to shake out the excess water vigorously. That's what the packaging says. So I'm going to do that right now. And then it says the arrow right on it, so we're just going to pop that in there. This thing on, just like that. And then I'm going to turn my lights off, and then we're going to see how this thing lights up. Alright, moment of truth. Here we go. Hey, it works. It's not extremely bright, but it's on. There's a lantern feature right there. So you could also do it this way, upside down if you really want to. Or you can go like this and you have your flashlight. So that's kind of cool. We are going to get this thing outside. I am a little disappointed on how bright it is, but for an emergency flashlight, I guess this thing will be fine. So here we go. Turning it off. Let's get this bad boy outside. I'll show you how bright it gets when it's dark out. All right, so I'm across the street from my house and I have the HydraLight, and I'm going to turn it on. There it is right here. It's not extremely bright at all. Actually, it's actually really weak. I definitely tested brighter flashlights. I mean, the beam throw isn't very far at all. But when you slide this thing forward, now it's in lantern mode. So I guess for the most part it's okay. If it was around camp, I would like something a little bit more brighter. And I'm just going to put this on the ground, and then I'm going to set my, I have another lantern with me that's just as a comparison. It's a Yuko lantern. And just to do like a side-by-side comparison, this is the Yuko lantern. You can tell that the Yuko lantern is actually much brighter. I'll move my camera around just so we can see it. Yuko lantern burns much brighter than the HydraLight. And it's a third the size. It's about the same price too. Except the Yuko is USB rechargeable, whereas the HydraLight is not. HydraLight is with a fuel cell that runs off of water and salt together to make a chemical reaction to generate power. HydraLight right here on my left hand side, Yuko LED lantern in flashlight mode. Comparison. Now granted, this has a battery that will wear out. This will wear out eventually, but this one lasts for 100 hours on one charge. And then you have to, recharge the fuel cell in water again, and you could do that 3 times total. And then you have to dispose of the fuel cell. So from an emergency flashlight standpoint, I think this thing is pretty cool. I just don't think it's worth the price. 30 bucks. You can get much better flashlights out there. Those require electricity and batteries. This one does not. So you make the call. Is it worth it or not? Alright guys, so that's my review of the HydraLight. If you like my review and found it informative, you want to get one of these for yourself, make sure you use that link down in my description box down below and make your purchase. These are on sale right now on Amazon for about 30 bucks. So is it worth it? That's up to you. In my opinion, you can get much brighter flashlights for a lot less money. None of those run on the pretty much on water. I mean, it's not really running on water, but you understand how that works. So for what it is, I think it's pretty cool. I will say that I am a little unimpressed on how bright it is, but from an emergency standpoint, this thing puts out light, which is what it's designed to do. So from an emergency side of things, it's actually kind of cool. It's rugged, it's going to take a beating. It does have this nice little rubberized coating, so if you do drop the thing, it'll be fine. So I'm not worried about it taking a beating and not working, because it still works. Now granted, I didn't throw it that far. The only thing I wish is that it had a longer fuel cell that was more than 3 times. So once you use the fuel cell 3 times, you have to throw it away and you have to get a new one. But, I mean, essentially, that's still kind of cool in a way. So if you like my review and found it informative, you want to buy one of these for yourself, make sure you click on that link down in my description box down below and make your purchase. When you do, it helps support my YouTube channel and my website. So I really appreciate all the help, love, and support you guys have shown me over the past couple years. If you guys have any questions or comments about the HydraLight, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you leave those down in my comments section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, too, please like, share, and subscribe. Really means a lot when people subscribe to my channel and like what I have to say about the gear that I'm testing. So thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate you checking out my latest video. Please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor related hodgepodge, gear talk, tech and camera reviews, and giveaways. Take care guys. Get outdoors.